The Mizuno MP60 irons were one of the first bargains that I found on eBay and filmed as a bargain review on this channel, which went down incredibly well. £80 for a beautiful, stunning set, 3 pitching wedge. Picking up another set of these today, but how the prices have changed, well, over the last 2 years. Gone and hold it. I've literally only gone and hold it. I can't actually believe it. Guys, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. Simon down here at Southwick Golf Club. Never had the chance to actually play here. Unfortunately, I haven't got time to play here either, but the condition looks absolutely incredible. Just about to go and meet the professional Miles in the shop to go and pick up this golf set. I'll show you the listing here on Facebook. Saw it first thing this morning and it just reminded me of the first MP60 irons that we had on the channel. I don't think these ones are as good condition as the ones that obviously I had back in the day, but they're lovely bladed muscle back Mizuno classic, as well as there are some obviously additions to come with it. £200 for the entire set, which in today's market, not bad. Would have been heavily overpriced 2 years ago when I found that initial set. Remember, like, eBay's always more expensive than Facebook, and I found a beautiful set of these 2 years ago for £80 plus a tiny bit of postage. So we'll go through the prices of what everything's going for at the moment, but I'm just excited to go and see them. Oh yeah, and I also forget to keep pleading with you guys to subscribe, turn notifications on, comment, like, you know the business. Here the little beauties are, and I say little because we've got a very nice little pencil stand bag, Wilson Staff half bag, which normally this got quite a few clubs in it. Technically with a bag like this, you'd probably just whack like 9 to 10 clubs in. You probably wouldn't have a full set with you. Now the bag does look a lot more impressive than it actually is. Miles was very kind in supplying quite a few head covers for a lot of the clubs on the top end, especially the woods as well. But we'll have a look at the conditions. Let's say we haven't gone R15, but we're going to take this back to Sanford and we're going to play a few holes with it, just give you my general thoughts on the bag, because this wouldn't necessarily be a bad start for some of you guys that are looking for older kit. Now obviously £200 is quite good value at the moment for all of this, but around the £300 mark, something like that, in terms of what you should be looking for in terms of wedges, irons, woods and everything else. The Mizuno MP60s, as I said, not as good condition as the one that I would have got a couple of years ago, but still plenty of life left in them. R11 3 wood, which is probably going for about £390 at the moment looking at the market. King Cobra driver, Diablo Edge 5 rescue, and then a couple of wedges at the back there, and then the absolute beaut at the bottom, the classic Odyssey 2 ball, as you can see in the bottom there, which again we'll have a much better look when we get back at the golf club. But overall, really nice little set for £200. Let's get in. So we haven't had a chance to get back home and obviously give these all a bit of a clean, a bit of TLC, but we have got some really good finds in here to help some of you guys that are obviously looking for some ideas. Now, as I said, title of this video, these are a lot more expensive than they were 2 years ago. I'll show you obviously the footage of what these look like. £80 off eBay, and now realistically what I probably paid for these is £100 off Facebook, and Facebook's always going to be cheaper because you're not doing postage, you more than likely have to lift them because you have to collect X, Y and Z, but they still got plenty of life left in them. Condition wise, not bad. Again, need a bit of a clean, obviously, dirt and grooves, you name it. I think the 6 iron is probably one of the worst affected. Let me just grab that so you can have a look. 4, 5, plenty of irons though. Back in the day when a full set of irons was 3 to pitch and wedge, so as you can see, a bit of a nick there. Nice pickup. However, it does have a bit of a sky mark, but as I said, with the prices that these things are actually going for at the moment, it doesn't really affect it. I mean, it's a good 5 wood. I mean, that is going to be desirable. People are going to want it. 5 woods, I think, are a lot better than 3 woods for a lot of you guys out there that are just starting this game. Getting that added loft off the ground, I think it's a massive bonus and will help you. Plus, it's adjustable. Plus, has a decent shaft in it. So, I say that was a good find. The Odyssey XG 2 ball. Again, rocketing in price. I think probably about 2 years ago you could probably get these for about 30–40 pounds. Still quite good for the, like, still decent price for obviously their age. Now I mean, I'll do some research, I'll show you some listings of what they're selling for. I'm definitely not going to be selling these for anywhere near the inflated prices as they are, because I just don't justify it. But what they're going for, the fact that Odyssey 2 balls the age they are going for 80–90 pounds is somewhat ludicrous. Again, Callaway Diablo, I think Golf Clubs for Cash, Golf Bidder, this is in pretty bad nick. Again, I think this is going for like 30–40 pounds just for that. 2 years ago, you're probably looking at a tenner. You're probably giving it away to someone, but it's a rescue. It's got a head, it's got a shaft, serving a purpose. And again, similar story with the King Cobra. You look at this, again, I think I picked up one of these for a tenner last year, and now 40 pounds, because people just need a driver with a head. And to be honest, I highly recommend, like, I'd rather some of you guys go and spend 30 quid on one of these than 120 pounds on an inflated, let's say R11, because for you to get the perfect driver for you out of these two, I know obviously that's a word, I just don't think you're going to be able to pick the perfect shaft and head to justify 120 pounds. You might as well wait for this to come back down to 40 pounds or 50 pounds. But overall, that's what we got. And not mentioning this bag, I mean, again, the bag is actually quite tidy. 20 pounds for the bag, let's say 20 pounds each for the wedges as well. They're pretty battered, but again, as I say in all my videos, Simon in 2021 would be able to tear apart Simon of 2013 with his brand new, probably SM4s, or maybe the old school SM tightly fokies that I spent probably about £100 each on, and I would absolutely rip him apart with these, just because my technique's a lot better. Now obviously, if we were to break this down into cost price per item, I'd probably say about £100 for the irons. I've paid £30 for the wood, £30 for the putter, so that's like 160, a tenner each for those, so that's 180, and well, £20 for that, so then £10 for the wedges, £10 for the bag, which pretty much works out the cost price. Overall pretty good in terms of market value. If this was to all sell on like auction with the craze that it is at the moment, probably looking at about £350 I would say altogether, with all their very inflated prices. Absolutely flushed. I mean, 30 yards short, block right, but absolutely flushed. I don't care what anyone says, when you flush these irons out the middle, it feels as good as anything out there on the market. It almost feels like you're getting less resistance than hitting it out the middle as you would just swinging as a practice swing. Butter. Oh, I've only gone and hold it. I've literally only gone and hold it. I can't actually believe it. That has actually gone straight in the hole. I wish I had another camera on the other side. I don't care what anyone says. Wedge game is all technique compared to technology. It's a standard practice now, isn't it? It's a start, birdie on the first, flush one straight down the middle. That King Cobra driver, sound off it is something else. Just a tin can, really off-putting, to be perfectly honest. Anyone that's watching this, I highly recommend not getting that driver if you like the feeling of a solid head at the end of a stick, but it still produced a decent driver. I mean, I flushed it, it did go a tiny bit high, but it's a 12-degree driver with a flex that I wouldn't normally play, but it's down the middle. I have to put my job up there with one of the funnest jobs in the world. Go out in the morning, not even know realistically what you're gonna find, buy a set of golf clubs, come to the golf club, play with the golf clubs, and then just chat to you guys. Not that bad really, is it? Odyssey 2 ball is such a classic, and no wonder that obviously they're popular. There's quite a lot of people getting back into the game and going back to what they know. I can see why. It just feels very comfortable. It takes pretty much all the good attributes of every good high MOI mallet putter that's out on the market. It's a lot lighter, the old school versions, than the ones that you'll see like the O-Works, for example. A lot heavier, but it's still got great fundamentals. Didn't really get the pace of either of those putts, but that's more me, not practicing or playing with that particular putter. Overall, it's just a very sound classic. R11 5-wood was definitely not the play into win down the 8th, as it does play very long this hole, but I did want to hit it, and ironically, my push right block cut, whatever you want to call it, put me in a good position for what this club is for. Nestled in the rough, high fade, land soft, goodness. That's what it's there for you guys that can't get enough height off your for hybrid, for example, take it out, put a 5 wood in the bag, just go launch the ball up higher. Especially with the rough at most golf courses as well, it's not thick enough that you can't play a 5 wood out of it. And if anything, because it's in the rough, you need the launch to help you. You need the launch to get out of that, because you're going to get pretty much close to no spin. I played a nice little shot there, nice recovery. Never would play 5 wood normally in that situation, as I would be taking drive off the tee. But it's definitely the club. Something like this good old game of golf to bring you back down to earth. Start birdie with a lovely little chip in, and then proceeded to bogey the next 2 holes. Very nice, Simon. Moral of the story is the classics always going to be the classics, and to be honest, as every club at the moment is very extortionate and very highly priced, but that's not going to last forever. At the end of the day, there's not less clubs coming into this world, there's more clubs coming, and they're going to be coming in very big volume in not too long. So these clubs, just remember, if you don't want to go and spend the money on them now, wait a year, remember this video and go, you know what, I actually fancy an Odyssey 2 ball for 20 quid. I actually fancy an R11 5 wood for £30. I might punish myself with a set of cut muscle MP60s. If you like this video, leave it a like, subscribe if you're new. Catch you guys there.